Hey YouTube, what it do? I wanted to come back with another video for you guys. I definitely am excited. I finally got my camera. I got a computer and I got my phone. So I do have a way to get things uploaded for you guys. I'm just trying to get a better method. This one right here is probably going to be a raw footage video. I'm not going to do a lot of editing or anything on this particular video because I just wanted to kind of get something out to let y'all guys know that I'm still going to be doing things with the channel. I haven't forgotten about it. I just have to take the time to really get, you know, everything the way I want it. And then I need to kind of do a little bit of research in regards to the editing and stuff like that I want to use. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to just do a quick little tag for you guys. It's going to be a writer's tag. It's just one that I found. This is really like a on the whim type video. It's a tag that I actually just found by doing, I just looked up writer tags randomly. I didn't even know that people did writer's tags, and there's, lo and behold, there's a tag for everything. So I was like, why not? My channel's about writing. Beautiful Struggle kind of goes hand in hand, and then you also get to know a little bit about me as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the first question. I don't want to hold y'all too long, because y'all know I can get long-winded on these questions. So I'm going to try to keep it short and to a minimum and to the point. But just give me a moment to pull it up for you guys. I might have to, thought I had the questions on my phone, but I might have to pull it back up. Just 1 second. Yeah, I might have to pull it back up for you guys. Okay, so the first question is, what do you write? And then in parentheses it has short stories and novels. Actually I write pretty much everything. I write poetry mostly is what I do. That's more so, if you want to say like a specialty or what I tend to write more of, I would say poetry. But I have written songs before. I have written short stories. I've been to school, so I've written things like, you know, news reports, papers. You know, I write all kind of different things. One thing I'm in the process of writing a book right now. I'm not going to say too much about it because I'm not really, I'm kind of slowly progressing to that because that's like a big task. So but if I get to a good point with the book and I feel like it's something that's going to come out, I will gladly let y'all know if y'all want to check it out. I also want to write a play as well, but yeah, poetry I guess would be my main thing that I write. So yeah. What do you mostly write about? Honestly, for me, I don't know, everybody's different. I know for me, I tend to write about my personal life, and I think the reason why I do more so, because you have different writers. You have fiction, you have nonfiction, you have poetry, you have, you know, autobiographies. I mean, there's so much that goes into writing, and so many things that you can write about. But I think for me, I think writing has always been somewhat of an outlet. It's a somewhat way of me expressing myself and stepping outside of myself and outside of my comfort zone and kind of being like, okay, this is just who I am. Because I think a lot of times for me, I tend to hide behind that shell and things of that nature. But a lot of times when I write, I'm like, that's when you're going to catch me being the realist, because I don't really hold back in my writing. So yeah, basically my personal life. What's your favorite thing about writing? Again, kind of picking back on how I answered the second question. I think it could be therapy. That's probably one of my favorite things about it, and it's something that just kind of fell in my lap naturally. I never was like edged to be a writer. Nobody ever forced it on me. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things that I think have influences, and you tend to do it because of what you were brought around and things of that nature. But for me, it's just something that just happened, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, I didn't ask to be a writer, it just kind of found me, you know. And I think when things like that happen, you know, it's something that you're truly, it's almost like a God-given thing, because you know, I didn't, again, like I said, never took writing classes. I mean, other than going to school and doing everything else that everybody else did. I mean, I never was like, oh, I'm gonna pursue writing. It's just something that I woke up one day and was like, oh, I want to write, and I did it. And it's like ever since then I've been writing and I haven't stopped. What or who inspired you to start writing, keep writing? Honestly, when I first started writing, like I said, it fell in my lap. So it wasn't like a particular person or anything that motivated me to write. Honestly, it's just something that I kind of did. I think when you're young, you know, most people, most especially girls, have diaries and things like that. And so I think it kind of started with that. Like I had little diaries and I would write down my feelings, and then, you know, it just led into me writing poetry and things of that nature. So I think it was just something that I did. It wasn't like, oh, this person is an influential person of writing. I think now, though, in retrospect, if I had to pick somebody now, I would say Maya Angelou. I think she's a fantastic writer, because I just think a lot of her stuff, it kind of reminds me, and I'm not saying, trust me, I'm not trying to say that I'm on the caliber of Maya Angelou by no means, so don't take this as what I mean, but I think far as the emotional piece, Maya Angelou has, I mean, I don't know, I've literally listened to her talk and I will literally be in tears after watching a video, like, and I'll watch it and watch it and watch it, and it'll be like a continuous thing. You watch one, you want to watch another one. I think she's just very talented, and was very talented. I know she's passed, but I don't know. I think if I had to pick up influential writer now, it would be her, just because I think the way her emotion in her writing is how I try to be with my writing. I'm a very emotional writer. I put kind of my heart on the line, and you can tell with a lot of her pieces that was her heart. Like Maya Angelou was being her true authentic self. That's what she felt, and I guess that's who I would say influences me now, to still want to write. What's my favorite character that I made up? Like I said, I don't tend to write a lot of made up fiction. A lot of it is really based off of real things and real situations. But so I can't really say a character that I made up that is necessarily my favorite. I know when I was in high school, I wrote like a short story. I can't even remember like all the particulars about what the story was about, but I know it was just about a girl who had went through things and stuff like that. And I mean, everything that I wrote in the story wasn't predicated on my life. Some things were just, you know, fiction and things like that. So I guess if, you know, you want to say that, I mean, honestly, I don't even remember what the girl name was, because it was in high school and it was just like a creative writing class, and I think I had to write like a short story or whatever. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really make up like characters like that. That's what I say. Like my writing is pretty authentic. It's pretty real. It's based off of real issues and real facts. I haven't really wrote a nonfiction book. Not to say I never would. Because I'm pausing because I'm literally trying to think. Because I may have wrote something in the past that was like a character but driven based. But I just really at the top. But right now I don't remember. Like I said, most of it is authentic pieces. When did you start writing? I would say initially, far back as I can remember. It may have been before then, but this is like far, like in my mind, how I recollect it. I was in middle school when I really found the love for it. I don't really remember elementary, like really, because you know, you're still young. I mean, you don't really understand it, so I don't really remember writing at that age. But yeah, middle school as far as I can remember. First story you wrote, it was actually a Black History piece. We had, and it was funny because I think I was like, we had church that day and I just wrote it. Like nobody asked me to. It wasn't a thing where I was, you know, I just did it, and I showed my parents and my mom at, you know, at the time, and she, you know, she enjoyed it. And I think that's what kind of kept me writing, because like, you know, I think over the years, you know, I would write and not even thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get accolades or nothing like that. I would just do it just because of the pure joy of doing it. And the more I did it, the more people was like, oh, okay, you're a really good writer. And I think that what kind of motivated me to keep writing, because, you know, people would tell me that I'm really good at it. I never really looked at it as anything that I would necessarily pursue, I guess, when I first originally started doing it. But then it's just something that, like I said, it just kind of fell in my lap.
Capital B L.
Sorry about that, y'all.
S.
I'm on my iPhone. I accidentally hit speak. Do I have a writing schedule? No, and I really need to get one. I think for me it's hard to have a writing schedule just because I'm not really, I'm a very complex person. And I hate this about myself, but I'm very complex. And I think with me, coming up with a writing schedule is it's a bit much. Like I like having schedules to a certain extent, but because I'm like the type of person, I do lists. I gotta write stuff down over and over again. I make the same list about the same stuff over and over again, just to know like, okay, you got to do this, and to keep trying to reinforce myself to do something. But I'm big on that type of stuff. But far as writing schedule, no, I don't have one. I mean, I just kind of write when I feel inspired to write, kind of right now. I wish I had a writing schedule, but I think for me, writing is such a thing where it's like, you don't always have something that you can write about. I think writing is more so spontaneous. It's one of those things where you gotta be in the mood to do it. And not to say like I can't write. Like if somebody was like calling me right now, was like, Morgan, write about this. I need this piece for, you know, such and such, such and such. I mean, I could do it, you know, because they're giving me a topic. But I mean, far as just me on a day-to-day basis, no, I don't have a writing schedule. It says, do I write every day? When I feel like it. I basically just answer the question. It's kind of more so when I feel like it. I mean, like I said, it's not right now. Like I'm about to start grad school very soon, y'all. And hopefully once I start grad school, I'll be able to vlog a little bit more. And that's what I'm hoping, because I'll have, you know, the better equipment, more ties and connections once I get to High Point, and kind of walk y'all through that journey with me, because I definitely want y'all to see my journey when I go and make that transition in my life, because that's a big, very, very big thing, and I want y'all to be able to see that, and I want it to be documented just for me to be able to go back on in memories. But yeah, like yeah, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like I went off on a tangent. Y'all tell y'all get long-winded, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like right now it's just something that I do just for the pure joy of it. Like I said, I'm in the process of writing a book, and I do have some pages done, but I haven't like been like, oh, I'm gonna do it 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, or you know what I mean. It's kind of like when I think about it and go to it, it's there, but I'm not on a specific regimen as of now. And last question, do I want to be published? Absolutely. I think for me though, it's just about timing. And like I said, even with this book, I'm very hesitant because like I told you guys, like all of my writing is very personal. And I think even with this channel, it's going to be very hard, because I know once I put it out there, it's out there for the world to see. And sometimes it's hard to talk about things that you may not have ever told anybody, and for them to look at it on a video on YouTube and then find out like, oh, this is kind of a part of who she is. It's a big step, and it's a big step for me. But I think this is a way for me to kind of express myself without having to always go to somebody and ask for advice or whatever, but just have a place where I can just let it go, you know, and let it be free. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to be published. I just want it to be the right time, and I just want it to be something, I want it to be a good book. Like I don't want to just put something out just because to say, oh, I published the book. Like I want it to be something that I'm proud of. I want it to be something that I worked hard doing, and that it was a process getting there, but after the fact that it was an awesome thing, and I could look back on it and it would be an awesome memory. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to keep rambling about it, because I could talk about writing all day. That's why I did the tag, because I wanted y'all to kind of see a little bit more about me and how I feel about my writing journey, and also just kind of get a quick video just to let y'all know that I promise you that I'm still going to be YouTubing. I just kind of gotta get on the schedule. Like I told y'all, I'm very more so spontaneous when it comes to certain things. I'm going to really try to just work with me, guys, and let me know, comment down below and let me know what y'all want to see on my channel. I know y'all don't want to just see tags and things like that, me just sitting around and stuff. So just let me know what you want to see, and I definitely will try to like let you in on my life a little bit more. I'm pretty low-key, so you know, I don't really have like, I don't do really a whole lot other than work and stuff, but I'll definitely try to make it as interesting as possible for you guys. But my poet name is The Finisher. I'll try to put all the links and social media and things like that down below. You can ask any questions. I'm here for you guys, like I've always said in all my videos. I love you, and peace, love, and happiness.